We start with Philly. It is Jim Curtin's ninth year after finishing first in the East on 67 points and missing out on the Supporters Shield by number of wins. I've got them looking in their usual 4-4-2 diamond shape with not a lot of change from last year. Actually, I don't think there's any change from last year. Blake's in the goal, Mbaizo, Elliott, Gleesnes, and Wagner. Martinez behind Flock and Bedoya with Gazdag in front of them. And then Carranza and Ure leading the lines. I don't think there's much that they need to change, do they?
No, I mean, why would you? This has worked phenomenally for like seasons now. Why would you change anything?
Right. What's that thing? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Is that right?
Yep, spot on. Yeah, I have them in the same thing. I mean, the only thing they really did was just add a couple of new depth pieces, but otherwise, starting 11 in shape, I would imagine is going to probably be the same.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think was their best addition this offseason? What do you think?
Um, like I said, I think most of the guys they added are just guys that can slot in there for depth and rotation. One of the ones that I really like that they added, Andres Perea. I really like that they went a little bit younger there. I think Perea's got some potential. Was in a tough situation in Orlando where like they had a number of guys who played the same position as him that were also like quality players. So I don't think he got like great minutes. And I'm not saying that he'll necessarily get that here, but we know how Philly develops young players. And I really think that Perea has some good potential. So I think if this team were to sell like a Leon Flock, I think Perea, I'm not sure if they would go Perea, if they would go youth academy like Jack McGlynn, but he's got a chance to slide right into that role and like immediately fill the boots and keep the Philly cog machine going.
Yeah. No, I thought about that. I knew you were gonna pick him because I know you're a Perea stan. But I like Damian Lowe here. Elliott and Gleesnes. Yes, we understand it's Glesnes. Stop it. Gleesnes and Elliott are obviously fantastic. They're great. Um, these guys are about to play like 50 something games in a year with US Open Cup and playoffs and uh, Champions League and regular season. You're going to need to rotate, and their depth at the beginning was not ideal. So I think having Damian Lowe come in as really good center back depth is going to be a fantastic addition for them. I think you see him a lot early in the year when they're focused on Champions League. Um, and then obviously rotation as well through the U.S. Open Cup and things like that. I like that a lot. In terms of their biggest loss, though, again, not too many that came out the door that you're like, damn, that sucks. Paxton Harrison being sold, he gave good minutes off the bench. He had opportunities to be a major contributor this year. Um, but again, it doesn't kill him because they've got their entire starting 11 and like four of their first five guys off the bench. So um, didn't kill him.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely not anybody that's crucial to this team. But I went with Corey Burke here. I think unless I'm not sure exactly where they're planning on playing Torres, but even if you assume they play him as a striker in some fashion, I think he's the only backup striker they have right now. So considering that they're kind of thin at that position and that they play two strikers, I'll probably say Corey Burke's their biggest loss at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They do have. So you had mentioned last episode that you were going to go through and make depth charts, and it was too much work and blah 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 blah. I don't see any challenges too challenging, so I went and did it. It's magical, actually. It's a beautiful document. I'll send it to you. You'll like it. They do have Donovan, not Landon, as their third striker. So they do have a third, but it's not very MLS experienced. But
Um,
tell me more.
I'd like to correct your previous statement. I still am building out this chart. I am not adding in all the stats that I was looking at previously. So I'm still building them out, but
That's really wild.
not in as much detail.
That's wild because I didn't ask.
Well, you made a comment on it, so I had to correct
Doesn't
your
matter.
comment.
Didn't ask what you were doing. Um, what I'm asking you is tell me about your player to watch or your breakout player. That's really what I'm asking. That's the answer.
my player to watch slash breakout player, Jack McGlynn.
Oh,
I
you
think.
loser.
Why did you pick him too?
Maybe
Pick someone else. There's like 800,000 youngsters you could pick for this team.
you pick some.
Um, okay, I'll pick someone else. I'll pick Matt Real. Why not? The heir to the Kai Wagner throne. Um, I mean, you could honestly go with either of those. I think to me, they're gonna serve like the same purpose as like the next guy in line to take over and kind of just like slide right into this Philly team. I think McGlynn could slide in for Flock if Flock is sold. And same thing for Matt Real with Kai Wagner. I think he could just slide right into that left back spot when Kai is inevitably sold. So I think since Philly probably knows those guys are on their way out, I think they might, and considering how many games they have, I think they might get some more game time this season and try to help them transition to like going full time into that position.
Yeah, I had McGlynn, but again,
Shocker.
usually a sub coming off the bench. But as I mentioned with Damian Lowe, with the amount of games that this team is going to play this year, you're going to see rotation all over the place. And I think he's going to have a big impact in early MLS play. So if he, I think he has a really good chance to be, to raise his stock this year. So one to watch. But my question, not for you, but for Philadelphia and all of Pennsylvania, really, is can Philadelphia Union keep a hold of all of their star players? And if they do, is this the favorite team for MLS Cup?
It might be my favorite team. Spoilers.
Whoa, relax, man. We're not there yet.
I said
Damn.
might. I don't know for sure.
My question to you is, what is your question?
My question, not to you, but to all of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. Um, sorry, it's a bit of a wordy one here, but
Ugh.
with the sales of young stars on the horizon, how do you manage the transition to the next man up while still competing for Supporter Shield and MLS Cup?
Too many words.
Yeah,
Didn't like it.
probably lost people with the first like three.
Negative. -5.